Hi, happy Venus Day. Welcome to the weekend energy update for really it's Friday the 15th, Saturday, March 16th, and Sunday, March 17th. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Wow. Yeah, we're not there anymore. We're a month out from Valentine's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. For those of you that celebrate, like, I don't know. I think a lot of Americans just drink. And I think a lot of Americans are going to be really happy that it's on a weekend this time. And there is just like perfect conditions for debauchery this weekend, really. Starting off with today, we have the moon in Gemini. So here we are with the moon in Gemini. We wake up and the moon was square Venus this morning. And Venus is now in Pisces. So that's something that we really haven't talked about. So this time that I've taken off was because I've had really bad migraines. It's like it's a secular thing. Like it's a cycle that happens to me every year around this time of year. For the last 4 years, it's really last 3 years actually is really like, and I'm having to retrain my brain when I'm triggered by things like spring. Like it's really funny when your brain is triggered by spring to have migraine. So I've been taking all of this time off, and during this time, Venus ingressed Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, loves being in Pisces. But Venus in Pisces is of the boundless nature of love and the boundless nature of beauty, and very poetic, very longing, very desiring. It's really interesting because when you are boundless, right, when you don't have the boundaries needed for autonomy, for agency and authority over your own self and your own decisions, when you don't have that, it's very easy to mold into other people. And then when we mold into other people and then we become disappointed because they don't live up to the standards and expectations of who we thought that they were, then that sadness comes along, and the feelings of betrayal and pain and heartbreak. And so, some of the best songs have been written through heartbreak, and some of the best poems and some of the best artists, paintings, all of that have come through that heartbreak. And there are a lot of Venus and Pisces artists because they feel in boundless ways. It's very unconditional, and I mean, in their own unconditional way. You know what I mean? There's always, even if we think we're being unconditional with love, there's always like those little expectations and things that we really want from other people. So, having Venus in Pisces, that ingress, and Venus will be there. Let me look really quick. Venus will be in Pisces until April 4th. So it's a very lovely, sweet, creative, inspirational kind of energy. Venus loves love, and Venus in Pisces loves love. So, if you have the courage and the confidence, now is a good time to shoot your shot too during Venus in Pisces. The moon squares Venus in Pisces today, and will sextile Mercury. And then later tonight, the moon will square Saturn. And then the moon will trine the south node overnight. So it's like a little bit, we're kind of like this evening is a little bit more like kind of a lower tone. You know, Gemini moon is very fun and flirty and exciting. I love Gemini moons. They are just full of information and they're just so much fun. Like you can always get in trouble with a Gemini moon because they're so much fun. I'm a Sagittarius moon, love me some Gemini moon. My brother is a Gemini sun and a Gemini moon. Love that about him because he's like the wordsmith of the zodiac. So Saturday morning, as we're waking up, we have the Gemini moon will be sextile Chiron. Not a whole lot that's happening on Saturday except for the moons in Gemini. We see that trine to the south node overnight, waking up that moon sextile to Mercury. And I'm sorry, moon sextile to Chiron, this 18 degrees. And the moon will trine Mars, and then the moon will square the sun and Neptune conjunction. So the sun Neptune conjunction will happen exact on Sunday, but we'll start to feel it on Saturday. I think Saturday is going to be the day where you can actually get things accomplished under the Gemini moon. On Sunday, we will see, so here you can see the moon is starting to square this sun and Neptune conjunction here. The moon is trine Mars. Energy to get things done, but then this square to the sun and Neptune, this can start confusion, right? This can really start confusion in a big way. And the moon will be void with its ingress to Cancer. And the moon will really be void with this ingress to Cancer almost all day. There'll be like a midday trine to Venus. So let's see, we get to 7 degrees here. Yeah, it's like late in the evening. This is 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time on Sunday. And we have our first aspect to Venus here with the moon. So the moon in Cancer is void all day. We have the sun Cazimi conjunct. It's not really a Cazimi because Neptune's way too far from the sun for it to be a Cazimi. But there's the sun conjunct Neptune. And with that sun conjunct Neptune, you know, your energy, your physical energy levels, the ego energy levels are lower than normal, or lower than they normally would be. And utilizing your intuition is a really, that's what you need to do on this day. It could be a very emotional day because we have that void moon in Cancer and that sun. I mean, I just think it's going to be exhausting, actually. I think Sunday is going to be an exhausting day. It just sounds really like full of emotions and full of just heaviness. So really caring for yourself. Sundays would be a good day for self-care, like self-care Sunday. You know how everybody talks about self-care Sunday? This Sunday is actually a self-care Sunday that you want to do because it's going to be like the perfect energy for a self-care Sunday. Delusions can really make you believe the things that aren't real. There's a lot of playing the victim right now. A lot of people are really kind of in their victimhood stance and not really feeling secure in who they are. A lot of times when people are playing the victim, it's because they don't have a lot of confidence in themselves to make their decisions and stuff for themselves. So they have to blame the reason why they're not, you know, it's not taking accountability. I'm not making decisions because of this, and this, ... right? But then they blame everybody else for their life not working out, but they're the ones that made the choice to not make these decisions, and they didn't make the decisions because they don't have that confidence level. So these are those days where you really want to pay attention to how you are treating yourself when you have lower energy. You know, this could be a very high vibrational day for those who are comfortable in the deeper emotions, for those who are comfortable tapping into their emotions. This could, there could be a lot of really great manifesting and spiritual connections that could come out of this day as well. So really just kind of listen to yourself and listen to your body and listen to what you need for this weekend. Let's take a look at what the Sacred Traveler Oracle has for us for the weekend energy. Oh, look at that. They just popped right out. There's 2 of them. We have infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Love that. And crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. And this is actually a really good card for as we're coming into this new week, because this new week marks the week leading up to the lunar eclipse. I'm actually working on all of the eclipse readings. I'm going to be dropping them on Patreon this week. I'm going to be talking about the astrology briefly, and we'll be doing tarot readings for each of the signs for the eclipse season. And right, an eclipse season is always a time for that bridge, that crossing of the bridge, moving from one place in your life to another place in your life. An eclipse season happens twice a year, right? Every 6 months we have these eclipses. And instead of really, there's this distraction of how powerful the eclipse in April is going to be. And there's this distraction of what it could possibly be doing in our lives. And, I really think that humans can often overextend, overinflate the things that could possibly be happening. Eclipse season is about closure. The eclipse in April is conjunct Chiron. And so, yes, it's going to be a very emotional time, but typically eclipse season is a very emotional time anyways. If you have been doing the work for yourself in your life, crossing these bridges, they may be very uncomfortable for you, but it's 100% the way to get through, the way to get to the other side of any experience and any situation is to go through it. You cannot go around it. You cannot detour around it. And eclipse season is just supporting that for you as you're closing chapters and opening up new beginnings. So, and remember that you have that abundance every time you open up space in your life, you're making room for new abundance to come in, and being open to receive is a big deal for that. So love you guys. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for your patience on getting me back here on camera. Got to take some time off of looking at the screen sometimes and doing that research. So I appreciate everybody's patience. I love you guys. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.